Good morning and a very warm welcome to Frugalfull. Thanks for being here. My name's Lara. This is a frugal living and budgeting channel, and at last March is here. Hooray! And thank goodness spring is just around the corner. I hope that everyone is keeping well. Hope you're doing good. Hope that budgeting is going well. Hope your low spend, if you're doing one or no spend, is going really, really well. And would love to hear about how it's been in the comments. Please let us know. It's always great to hear about how it's been going for you. We're in this together in our frugal journeys. So I'm continuing on with the low spend. Year 2, month 3 of low spend is starting. I'm going to let you know how month 2 of year 2 has been. So I'm very pleased to say it's been going really well. So I have kind of 2 distinct areas within my budget. I have my £25 a week category, which is for food, household items like laundry liquid, washing up liquid, that kind of thing, cleaning products, toiletries, over-the-counter meds, that kind of thing. I'm trying as far as possible to stick to a £25 a week budget in that area. So it was a 5-week month for February, so I had £125 budget to try and stay within. And then completely separate to that, which I'm just managing myself and not delving into this year like I did last year, is my sinking fund categories. This is just as personal and individualized as every person. I guess no 2 people would have the exact same sinking funds that they choose if they use that as a strategy for budgeting. I couldn't recommend it highly enough as a strategy for budgeting, and I will really look forward to doing a video about sinking funds again soon, why they can be a really useful, helpful tool, and a few ideas about how I go about it. But there's loads of info out there, loads of other approaches, and it's just one of probably many, many different ways to do sinking funds. But I can have a chat about what I find is working for me with sinking funds at this point, and why I find it a useful thing in my kind of frugal toolkit. I'm getting tongue-tied. Frugal toolkit. So anyway, so yeah, just to say, like when it comes to food, I have spent on food within my social sinking fund category and within my gifts sinking fund categories that are separate from the £25 a week thing. But that's gone well too, like as far as my sinking fund parameters, because I do have set limits within them. Some of them, they build up a bit, so there's a little bit spare for months where I'm spending more in that area. So it's all been going really well with that, but there's set designated funds for those other areas of my life. So that's a separate thing. So the £25 a week thing for food, etc. All the different places I spent in February are, I had a takeaway once, a pizza, very, very nice, I might add. It was a special treat, but I'm being good now and I've cut back on these things again. But that's for Friday videos. Aldi I went to twice. Now Aldi is a very good value for money supermarket in the UK, and I'm sure it's in other places as well. I'm pretty sure it is. Lidl I went to twice. Again, it's good value for money, although everything has gone up, as is the case across the board, unfortunately. B&M I went to once. I got, Miss Bella, her cat litter comes from there. I usually get it there if it's in stock, that is. But Miss Bella's budget is completely separate. But that's my kitty cat, in case you haven't met her yet on the channel. She does quite often come and like stand in front of the camera and like being the centre of attention. But she's been a wee bit quieter recently with that. She's not been doing that so much. But now that I've said that, she'll probably come and make an appearance, knowing her. Cheeky one. She's a really lovely little cat. She's great. Anyway, so I went there to get that. And in B&M I'd also bought some hair conditioning treatments because my hair is very, very dry, but there's this stuff called argan oil, and it's like they do different products, but there's one and it's a leave-in conditioner treatment. Oh, it's not leave-in. It's like a deep conditioning treatment. So you leave it in for 10 minutes or so in between shampooing and conditioning. And I use it to help me with detangling and just trying to nourish my hair a bit, trying to get it healthier. And it's great stuff, but I've got very, very long hair, so I get through it very quickly. You get a pot, a pretty big pot for £1. So I stocked up on a few of those. So I was in Greggs 3 times throughout the month of February. That was because there were 3 lunch times where I was in a pinch. I hadn't had time to make a packed lunch and I just needed something quick and easy. So I had 2 vegetarian, or actually they're vegan, I think, 2 Greggs vegan sausage rolls for my lunch on those 3 days. And they were delish. If you've never tried a Greggs vegan sausage roll and you have Greggs in your area, I highly recommend. Very yummy, very yummy. But what I did notice is it was like near the beginning of February, near kind of midway and near the end. So the first 2 times I'd gone, I was charged £2.60. Yes, I was charged £2.60 for my sausage rolls, so they were £1.30 each. The last time I went was £3.30 for the exact same thing. So they've obviously put their prices up. So they're now £1.65 each instead of £1.30 each. Boo! Inflation! They haven't shrunk in size, so it's not shrinkflation sausage rolls. Well, that's a tongue twister. But yeah, oh, how annoying. But anyway, I think still reasonably good value. If you're needing something and you're kind of in a rush and there's not time, it's a reasonable lunch for the price. And I had my own cartons of juice, so that kept the cost down as well. Certainly still a lot cheaper than going somewhere for a lunch if you're stuck. And then also the other final thing is I went to the M&S food supermarket mini store thing next to the train station twice because I needed either dinner items or munchies in a pinch and had very little time and had just dashed in on the way home. Now, not being organised for dinner ingredients or munchies and dashing in there on the way home is definitely a blunder, a budget blunder. Yeah, a blunder's thing for budget. Because, so it was £7.50 one of the times, £8.15 on the other time. And the £8.15 time, I'd bought 1 bottle of beer, a bag of crisps, like the sharing size, and a loaf of bread. Those 3 things cost £8.15. That is crazy. M&S is so overpriced for certain stuff especially. And that's just mad. I mean, I could get those things for half that price or less than half that price in Aldi or Lidl easily. And even less if it was yellow sticker bread. So, that is definitely not a good thing for anyone's budget to have to resort to going there. But I was so tired and pushed for time those days. I just did it anyway. Still cheaper than eating out, I suppose. But anyway, even with all that being said, amazingly, I have only spent in February £101.64. Woohoo! And remember I said it's a 5-week month, so that means I'm £23.36 within budget for my food, etc. area of my budget, which I'm over the moon about. So that money can go into my budget buffer, which is like a wee shock absorber for if certain areas of my budget are more expensive than I'd anticipated. And it helps act as a slight shock absorber. It's a good thing to have in a budget. I recommend it. But you do you. But definitely, I find it a very helpful thing. And if you ever see some of the fantastic Kate Cadence videos, she talks about budget buffer a lot. And it is a brilliant strategy. So I always recommend her videos. They're excellent. So I think that was the main things I was going to cover with you in this video today. I'd love to hear in the comments how you're doing, how it's going, any ideas, tips, suggestions, or things you'd like me to have a blather about with you on the channel. I would always welcome that, so anything you recommend, let us know. And I look forward to another video with you soon. May you have a fantastic March. May we all have a maximising our budget March. Take care and best wishes, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now, and thanks for watching.